Hi, everybody. Monday on Astral Oracles. It's time for the energy update for the coming month of July 2023. And also, please consider joining in on Sunday, July 9th, for a live stream with the Elohim. It would be great to see you there, be there, or be a dodecahedron. So do join in. And it's time to check in with the energies. They call this transmission dimensional jumping. And I'm experiencing, and it's my impression several people are experiencing, like these strange shifty experiences where it's almost as if sometimes like a strange vibrational pocket opens up and you're kind of brought out of connection of immediate reality, and then when you reconnect to it's like this strange experience of having missed something, or been sort of transported out of space and back into it. So strange experiences are going around, and I hope you are handling them well in your own life. So much love to you out there, and let's turn it over to the Arcturians. Hello, friends. This is your friend Umlam, speaking to you from the ninth dimension on behalf of the entire Arcturian ninth dimensional council, our collective consciousness, and on behalf of all of your galactic brethren. I transmit love, blessings, greetings, and gratitude, participation in your development. See as you shift these dimensions, and we have called this transmission dimensional jumping, because as you jump from dimension to dimension, know that we are participating in it. What we mean by that is that we lend our support to your experimentation with vibrational shifts. It cannot be underscored that even though you come out of a lineage of sentience, of consciousness in this universe and in this galaxy, you are still something very unique. In that way, you still constitute a type of experiment of how reality can make itself be, arrange itself in a sentient being. So this means that your vibration, your way of being, your body, the way you align with being that is reality, the way you align with the world and the way you interact with it, none of these things are determined or preset. Rather, when you human beings develop, you do so with a type of open experimentation of vibrancy. This means that the vibrations that you are trying out in trying to align your physical body and your spirit with a higher frequency of reality, when you do this, you are actually tapping into very new universal ground. This means that the patterns and grid works, the stable factors that human beings will need to establish themselves in a higher dimensional grid, has not really been set as a metaphysical structure. It is still trying to figure out what is the best way to conduct energy in human energy bodies as their different sets of bodies become more integrated into a unified point of consciousness, what you call ascension. There is a type of experimentation and fluctuation happening there. And this is where we participate. So we will often move in, us or other of your guides, other of your friendly participants in this ascension project. We will move in and we will begin to give clues as to where you may adjust yourself to. We are not looking to collapse this experiment into something definite, but we are looking to steer you into a configuration of harmony. And you may find that often in these shifts, disharmony, disconnection seems to be the immediate experience that arrests your attention. That is the feeling of being dislocated, of being brought out of space, of being somehow in mystical vibrancies, of moods and feelings that you can't quite make out, the sense that there is something strange at hand, something is going on that you can't quite put your finger to. This may be an unsettling experience. As you perform these dimensional jumps, you may find that sometimes you access quite bright and promising states of being. You may also find that sometimes you seem to shift into states of being that are more aligned with past experiences, past environments, past frequencies and vibrancies that are still alive in your energy body and that are looking to be processed and integrated. And the way they do this is then that they try to enter into consciousness to be seen, felt, and understood. So that is that when you are accessing these more, let's call them disconcerting, upsetting, or unpleasant states, know that they are moving into your experience and they are showing themselves as unsuitable for your further progress, to let you know that you are moving forward and that for you to do so, these things also need to be acknowledged. So often, the first sign of progress is you noticing all the things that impeded. This means that with these dimensional jumps, you may feel that there is a lack of center or a lack of balance at play. And this is what we are trying to adjust you to. So this is the harmonic configuration. You could think of it as us moving the balancing point of your oscillation slightly upwards, meaning that as you move in these waves of vibration, trying to adapt yourself, we are actually trying to steer you to a point where your vibration is circling a higher frequency grid. And you may experience this yourself. So notice, for instance, that another hallmark of this emotionally is the ability to access and deal with quite painful emotional material. Things that may have been lodged or stuck at the moment are also being shaken free. This is actually a sign that your vibrancy is changing. Notice that stuck emotions, they do belong also to a frequency grid. They are in many ways what keep you there. So as you are well aware, certain emotions or experiences based frequencies will essentially define what reality you find yourself in. And there you will find that certain, let's call them negative emotions, have actually been so lost in your experience that they have become quite invisible to you. And yet this fear, yet this deep sense of panic or unease, it may now present itself as something that is present and that is almost ever present because it has moved out of unconsciousness and into consciousness to be seen. So if you find yourself struggling with these dislodged, difficult parts of your emotional body, partially you can surrender them to the light. Know that there is a stream of light flowing through you, and everything you surrender to that stream is carried downstream towards source, where it's repurposed and recycled as pure source energy. So everything is dissolved, seen, understood, and integrated in sublime love at the point of source. But you can also use these manifestations of source within you. So you can use these other mirror points, of which there will also be many in this month, of very high vibrancy, of a feeling that life contains an openness, a promise, an ease that seemed almost fantastical if you observe it from that limited point of your past self. This is what you have been striving for. This is the magic that we have been attracting you into. It is this vibrational shift. And you may detect this also as you aligning with certain special gifts or magical powers. They may be expressed very differently. That is, for instance, for our friend here, you may sense that the primary magical power that has already been granted to him is this channeling ability. But for others, it might be, for instance, the ability to let your intuition guide you to objects you're looking for in nature, certain plants or growths or minerals. These may be ways that you are guided. They may be ways where you feel that your ability to connect to another human heart, identify what it needs and adjust that, is also a type of ability that's growing within you. It might be that your visionary impressions, that these dream states are expanding for you and that you are taking in more and more content. Or it might be that you find yourself communicating and aligning with the energy of animals in a very particular way. These are all just examples. That is, know that for many of you, magical powers may look quite mundane. They might express themselves as your ability to do something that you were already good at in a way where the last of the resistance has dropped off. And now you find there's this magic in you repairing items or arranging flowers or whatever it is that you have always been inclined to do. Now it comes forward with an effortless ease. And this effortless ease is a hallmark of the heightening vibration. And this is also why sometimes these ascended beings or beings that come to you simply from slightly higher vibrations, such as the fifth or sixth dimension, such as the Ascension, for instance, that these beings can seem a little annoying in their lovey-doveyness. That is because they are already in this vibration of ease, and what they often seem to communicate or bring out in their communication with you is then this resistance you have to the flow that so effortlessly rolls through them. And they themselves have difficulty because they're still quite close to your vibration in coping with how then is it that you feel so limited, so restricted? Because to them, these are just the invisible vibrational chains that bind you. And from this dimensional shift, this dimensional upgrade, from entering into these higher states of being, you find that you align with this perspective. You find that it becomes quite clear that you create your own reality, or alternatively, that you observe reality being created around you through the basic vibrancy that you hold. So allow for this vibrancy to shift, allow for certain flares and sputters to also come out of your inner star as it begins to shine more brightly with an unapologetic brightness, with a light that does not conceal itself, but that extends itself to wherever it may banish the shadows and bring new visions and clarity. With that, we, your Arcturian friends, I, Umblam, with the deepest love, we part ways from you this day, though we are always with you. We extend our love to the center of your heart, your center, from our center, the center of our collective heart, and from the center of the galaxy, all of your galactic brethren greet you with love and appreciation, blessing your path forward. Thank you for sharing this space with us, dear human beings. It has been most pleasurable talking to you this day. Enjoy this month of your time, July. Farewell. Hope that served you, guys. Have a wonderful July out there. Much love.